This is the way I tie in a bag. It's the way Jerry Slattery taught me. First thing I do is stock into a bag. So the first thing I do is get the twine and I roll it onto a piece of wood. It doesn't have to be quite this big, but it does need to be strong, just as just what I had in the garage. And I'm going to use that to unwind as I tie the bag on. So some people would just tie the end onto a door handle and then wind up to the door handle, but I find this better because you can pull with your full weight against the piece of wood by putting your feet on the wood and then hauling up like a rower using your whole body strength to do it. The next thing we need, once we've got the twine on the wood, is a loop. And so I just take 20 centimeters of the twine and tie a knot, just a reef knot or so. And here's one I prepared earlier, so you'll use these over again. And you just end up with a little loop of twine. Just make sure that when you pull it, whatever knot you use to tie it up, that it doesn't come apart, because it needs to be pretty strong. And I just have a screwdriver or just something to later on to hold on to that loop so you can actually pull it through. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, so let's tie it on the bag onto the stock. I've positioned the stock already. That's another job in itself, but I'm assuming you can do that easily enough. And then I'm just going to put the twine on. Which way are we going? We're going that way. Start the twine just across in the groove of the stock. I'm just going to start turning it. Now some people would put a knot on here, but it's really not necessary. You could put a clove hitch. I wouldn't. A lot of people, Robert and Ainsley, put a sort of a slip knot thing on here, but I wouldn't do that either. I think theoretically the slip knot will actually reduce the strength of the twine. The breaking strain of the twine of any rope will decrease by about a half by putting a thumb knot in it. The old rock climbers tell me. Okay, so I've just gone around it twice. I haven't super tightened it up yet. I'm just keeping my thumb on it a little bit, and I'm going to put this loop across the top. And as I go, just underneath actually, as I go round, just going to make sure that that loop is underneath every turn and turn. I'm just going to give myself a thumb there, give myself a bit more string, and I could stand up. Now, this is my second take. In my first take I broke the string by pulling too hard, but that's kind of how hard you want to do it. And go round, I don't know, 6 or 7 times. Just making sure that that loop is always just across the underneath. And as I say, just as much strength as you can to probably stand up if you like. And give it a real heave. And as I say, just don't break the string as hard as you can without breaking the string. Okay, so now I've got to that stage. I've got enough turns that I want to say. I don't know. And then with the scissors that I have here somewhere, I'm going to cut the string. Give yourself a reasonable amount of give here, because you'll see what I think. Okay, now take the string and loop it through the loop, and what's going to happen is when I pull this side of the loop, the string's going to come through and go underneath the binding that we've done. So I'm just using it because it's so tight, it's hard to get. Yep, here we go. Okay. there you have it, done. Hopefully that's pretty tight. And I'm going to just trim it off here. All done. That's not going anywhere.